What would you do in the late 1840s to seek wealth? Sierra Nevada mountain range is one place to go for some gold and opportunities. This is Sierra West board game. What is it about?
In this video, we're going to show you what to expect from Sierra West, and if you watch till the end, we hope you can decide whether or not this game is for you. Coming up. Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University. We bring you a variety of quality board game videos.
So if you're new here, please consider subscribing and do hit the bell to be notified of when we post new videos.
Now let's find out more about Sierra West, designed by Johnny Canteen and published by Board and Dice.
To be released in 2019, Sierra West is an action planning game set on the North American frontier. It was designed by Johnny Canton and published by Board and Dice. The game plays 2 to 4 players with an estimated duration of 40 to 60 minutes and also comes with a solo mode designed by David Turchi. The game is of medium complexity with a strong puzzle element. The game comes with 4 distinct modes of play and could be thought of as 4 distinct games playing under the same action selection system. In Sierra West, each player has a player board, 2 different looking meeples, a hand of basic cards which are full of icons depicting the game's actions. The main board comprises a mountain full of additional action cards which are specific to your mode of play, and players will be adding these to their decks during the game. Players will be using all of the actions from these cards to progress through the game and accumulate their points. On each turn, a player has 3 cards in hand and lays them in any order but in this specific configuration at the top of his or her player board. This will produce 1 clear path of green and 1 clear path of tan, and both of these tracks are full of action icons. Players may also have constructed some green or tan cabins up to this point during the game. To carry out a turn, the player moves both of his or her meeples in one direction out of the camp. First, into a cabin, then from left to right along its matching track, and then climbing up to one of the 3 visible summit actions. Each time the meeple reaches an icon along this journey, it carries out the action associated with it. Each meeple must individually keep moving forward, but the order in which the moves are made is up to the player, and in optimizing these timing effects lies the puzzle of the game. For example, the player may need the resources from the top track in order to afford the next action on the bottom track. But taking these top actions requires the meeple to leave the cabin, and the cabin bonus, which is equally valuable in its own right, can only be used while that meeple is living in that cabin. The player who can best optimize these action timing effects will be well placed to win the game. Basic actions available in all 4 modes of the game revolve primarily around resources, movement, and building. Players will collect resources and then spend them to advance on these tracks. They will take movement actions to move their frontiersmen around the mountain, or, by spending resources as well, to move their wagons along the wagon track. The wagon and resource tracks work together in scoring, because each of these resource tracks will be worth its value multiplied by the value of the multiplier on the wagon track, and so players will need to pay attention to both. The shovel action allows the player to dig cards out of the mountain and into his or her deck, or to build a cabin onto his or her player board, and each of these provide an ongoing bonus action or effect as well as end of game victory points. Players can also trap animals from their opponent's cards or focus on collecting gold, and both of these can yield resources and end of game points. Each of the 4 modes uses a different deck of cards for constructing the mountain and introduces some new mechanics. The beginner's Apple Hill module adds 2 new resource tracks for different types of apples, and introduces the apple resources which are shared among players rather than collected individually. The Boats and Banjos module introduces the river that you'll progressively discover. This introduces extra ways of getting resources, as well as fish which you can spend on some of the basic bonuses in the game. It also introduces the Banjos, where one Meeple must keep the locals occupied by dueling banjos while the other one sneaks past. The Gold Rush module introduces the mine and mine carts, where players can go to increase the value of their gold. And the Outlaws and Outposts module introduces bandits, and players can collect ammo and try their luck in gunfights on the mountain to earn additional points. Each mode of play ends once all 6 of the scenario's special cards have been dug out of the mountain. Points are added up for the tracks, any cards collected, as well as leftover resources and anything specific to your module, and deducted for any cabins unbuilt or animals untrapped, and the player with the highest score wins. The game also comes with a solo mode, in which a deck of cards is used to control the actions taken by the Automa player.
And that's what to expect from Sierra West board game. We hope that you enjoyed the video and we hope that it helps you.
If you'd like to learn the rules to Sierra West in full, we have a how to play video and you can check that out by clicking on the link in the description below.
If you enjoyed this video, please let us know by hitting the like button. Write your questions or feedback in the comment sections below. You can also join our Facebook group, Meeple University Community, to share your love for board games.
And finally, if you'd like to be among the first notified of what's new from Meeple University, please consider subscribing to our channel. You can click on the Meeple up in the corner to do so, and do hit the bell to be notified of our new videos.
Until next time!